As I said before, these are all really just guidelines, and it's not as though you have to work this way if you don't want to. There are certainly times where the thing that I have that's really in the background is something that's been recorded very lowly, and my fader might actually be the highest thing up there. But if you are kind of new and a beginner to making music and that confuses you, which I think it would, then you do want to actually kind of follow these guidelines at least a little bit so that things make sense visually to what you're actually hearing. So as an example here, and we'll actually work with this one at the end, you can see this has been recorded very quietly. So if I'm playing this back, and let's say I want my safe recording thing to be the loudest, I want the farewell poem to be the second loudest thing, and I want this stream ambience to be the actual quietest thing, I'm going to have to make some adjustments that will visually reflect that, because right now that is the case. If we listen back.
Farewell, but whenever you welcome the hour that awakens and forgot his own griefs to be happy with you, his griefs
safe
may
level
return,
recording,
not a
safe
hope
level
may
recording.
remain of the few that have.
Now the stream to me sounds like it's actually almost louder than that farewell poem, and that's not what I want. So I could bring this way down and go below it,
And forgot his own griefs.
but now we're not actually hearing it. So this is where clip gain plays its part again. So I would go into this sound and I want to be able to see it. And in this case, I'm going to bring it all the way up to its maximum, plus 18. Now, when you listen to this again, it is going to sound a lot less clear. And you're thinking, is it sounding less clear because I'm bringing the gain up by 18? And the answer is actually no. The reason it sounds less clear is because this has been recorded so quietly. So I should be able to pull back on this fader down to where I want it to be and get that visual representation like I talked about before, our different layers right in front, in the middle, and behind, and it should then sound as good as it did before. So let's start with the stream all the way at its loudest,
And forgot his own griefs to be happy with
and now
you.
pull it down to where we want it.
His griefs
Safe
may
level
return,
recording,
not a
safe
hope
level
may remain
recording.
of the few that have brightened his pathway of pain, but he ne'er will forget the short vision that through.
So now we're actually getting that visual feedback that we had talked about before. And for me, this is actually a much better way of looking at it. And especially then when you go over and you're maybe working in a different view, like top to bottom, having that visual feedback is very useful, especially when you are mixing or even when you're making your music. So when you're listening back to something and you're hearing, oh, that thing in the background is causing problems, you'll know, let's look for the thing with the lowest fader, and we'll be able to find it very quickly and very easily.